Salutations, my fellow dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to Paper Mario. Last time, we finished off the Koopa Brothers Fortress, rescued the first Star Spirit, and actually managed to acquire a special power from said Star Spirit. As for what it is and what it does, we're going to be going through that as we go through this part, because today, before we start heading towards where the next Star Spirit is, we've got a lot of optional stuff to do. This is going to be a two-parter, where I get all the optional stuff out of the way. So, for starters, bomb that area, go through this fight, get this badge, FP+. It's a badge that increases, flower points, which I'm not sure how versatile that is, because it requires 3 badge points to equip, which is the equivalent of a level up. I don't know what's stopping you exactly from just getting from just leveling up your FP whenever you level up. But anyways, like I said, we've got a lot to do, and unfortunately, it's going to be a very long part that I have to go through with you guys. Alright, so the old man Koopa that we were helping out previously has some more favors for us to do. We do get some really neat stuff by the end of it, but still. Alright, so right now he's asking for us to get a tape from Goomba Village. And this is sort of a problem with this guy, because now I've got to edit to where, like, I get to all these destinations to complete all these tasks. However, along the way... Hold it right there, Mario! I've been waiting for you! I told you I'll be back! Now I'll get my revenge! Here it comes, baby! Check this out! Whoa! Mario, I'm talking to you. I promise you, this fight will be much different from before. Who's this kid? Let me get this straight. He wants to challenge you? He's gotta be kidding. Shut up! I apologize for the pausing. I'll explain why that happened in a little bit. You, Mario, of course you remember me. If you say no, he gets like really mad. He's like, how dare you not remember me? But I'm feeling generous, so I'll tell him I do remember him. Alright, so we got a second battle with Junior Troopa. Get ready to hurt, Mario. I'm going to show you a new skill I just picked up. Yeah, check that out. You've never seen anything like this before, have you? Your attacks are useless now. Alright, so we got Junior Troopa with an HP of 15, an attack of 2, and a defense of 1. Basically his new ability means he has defense in the first place. So here we got the Star Spirits. Whenever you get a Star Spirit, you get a new power. So we're gonna show off the power we got from Eldstar, called Refresh. It recovers 5 HP and 5 FP. It requires 1 full star gauge. Oh yeah, he also has an attack of 2, assuming I didn't mention that before. Now, basically how star power works is that whenever you use a star power, you use up a gauge that lies underneath your health. If you want to increase it, you either have to slowly recover it after every turn, because it does recover like a slit, like a sliver of power after every turn. Or you can use up one of your turns to use the ability known as Refresh, which recovers a lot. It's not too necessary, at least early on. But believe me, this actually comes in handy later on when you actually get more Star Spirits and more powers to use. But enough about that, let's just hurry up and take out this guy. I think he's down for the count. Yes, he is. Junior Trooper is down. And with that, we did the second boss fight. The second Junior Trooper fight. I'm a mean person. Alright. Okay, I guess I won't be getting to that. Mario! Mario! I don't know why my voice went to flood territory. Mario! Mario, it's me, Twink! Remember me? Who are you again? I heard you say the honors of the Star Spear, who was captured by the Cooper brothers. Bowser and his gang are so angry about it. I knew you could do it, Mario. You're on your way. But enough celebration for now. I come bearing important information for you. It seems that one of the Star Spirits is being held captive somewhere in Dry Desert. Fascinating. Bowser wrote in his diary, some place called Dry Ruins. The princess braved the dangers of the castle to get you this clue, Mario. If we find out anything else, I'll hurry back to tell you. I have to go back to Her Highness now. She's so brave. I hope this helps. Alright, so now we have our destination, Dry Desert, to reach Dry Ruins. But, like I said, we got a lot to go over. If you recall, these guys said they were going to open up a shop. So, let's check out what this shop has for us. I think I sort of spoiled this last part, actually, now that I think about it. But, whatever. This is the badge shop. They'll sell badges to you 3 at a time. And you can choose between a large selection of badges. They change the badges they sell over time. So we got Speedy Spin, D Down Pound, and Multi Bounce. Speedy Spin increases your the distance your spin dash carries you. The D Down Pound is a hammer attack that disables your enemy's defense. So, like for Junior Trooper, if we had that badge, we wouldn't have to deal with that one defense. And multi-bounce, you can jump on every enemy in a row. That's like jumpable. Now we have one of my favorite characters in this game, Tasty. That's intentional. She's called Tasty for a good reason. She cooks you food. Whenever you bring her an item of sorts, she will turn it into a different kind of item. So, for example, if we give her a mushroom, you can choose to cook with whatever it is you want. You can bring her any healing item, any attack item, the works. So she does her little sing-along. She brings you the item. Here, please. And we have the fried shroom. Unlike the mushroom we just gave her, which only heals 5 HP, this one heals 6 HP as well as 2 FP. When you give her certain items, she can cook them into better items, essentially. It doesn't always work though, because if you give her an item that she can't work with, it becomes a mistake, which only heals like 1 HP and maybe 1 FP. Alright, here we got a Bulborb. I come from flower fields. I love to spread the wondrous flowers of flower fields all over your land. You look like flowers, don't you? You like flowers? Of course you do. Who doesn't? For that reason, I'll entrust this to your care. Those who have a severe reaction, like allergic reaction to pollen or whatever. These flowers are delicate. Only one with a loving heart can make them bloom in beauty. Please take good care of it, for beauty is fragile. I can agree with that to some degree, I suppose. There's As for the purpose of that seat, we're gonna find out later, because now that we have access to the southern part of the town, we can actually go into the sewers. Now, the sewers plays a big role in this game because there's a lot to do in here. To start things off, we have a new enemy. So first we fought Goombas. Now we're fighting Gloombas. Gloombas have an HP of 7, an attack of 2, and a defense of 0. I think the biggest question is, how did they get blue? It's either that or they're just like Goombas that live underground. And that's just how their color palette is. Because I'm pretty sure it's a rip of how the Goombas were in the original Super Mario Brothers, where they were like where they were brown on the surface and then blue in the underground. I think that's what they were going for. I don't think they necessarily have an explanation as to why they're actually blue. I guess lack of light, but I'm not sure how that would turn them blue. Just something to think about. I'm getting my butt kicked right now, I'm sorry. And for this early in the game, they offer quite a hefty amount of experience too, so if you feel inclined to get at least one level up before you start the next chapter, and nothing's really stopping you, because you could just leave the tunnels and come back and they'll respawn, so that's a quick level up for you. Well, quick-ish. Now we have the spike variant of them. Instead of an attack power of 2, they have an attack power of 3. They're essentially the same enemies. I'm just gonna show this off and start explaining what's been going on. Why, sorry, I'm gonna sort of slap my mic out of place. But anyways, the reason why this video, is actually taking a bit to upload, I already had this recorded for a few days now, so, what happened was, when I was trying to edit and, do the voiceover, something happened to my video footage, where, like, the audio on the playback would still play while I was still editing, but for some reason, like, it's like the video itself was stuck on a screen, where, like, you see, like, Mario is doing a spin dash, and for some reason my footage, like, freezes on that frame, but, like, the audio is still playing, so the video is still technically playing, but it was just stuck on that screen, so I had to do the whole editing process again, and by the time I got that done, I had to get to sleep. So that's why this was taking a while. Oh, my eyes start. Ugh. There's a reason why I was healing. We got a boss fight. This is a blooper. He has an 8. Actually, Goombario can explain it to us. They look in the dang pools of Toad Town tunnels. HP of 30, attack of 3, and defense of 0. They seem pretty remarkable. You have to wonder how they float in the air like that. Alright, since Goombario decided not to explain how this thing works, it does 2 attacks. It can float above you and just ground pound you essentially, or it can do that ink attack, which could I think it can attack your party members. So you might want to guard that well, because otherwise they'll be stunned for a few amount of turns. And that's all there really is to this boss fight. It'll just float above you and drop down on you, and it'll shoot the ink at you. I wouldn't underestimate it, like, too much, considering 3 damage is pretty. Yeah, it's pretty hefty considering how early we are in this game. I only have 15 HP total, so that's already a fifth of my HP gone. So have a few items just in case you're not good with, like, guarding. Otherwise, this boss fight shouldn't be too tough for you. I should be able to actually finish it real soon. Next turn anyways, because I didn't trust myself. I don't think I have a close call badge equipped, which increases your evasion when you're at 5 HP or lower. One power jump later, as well as a Goomba bonk, and the blooper is down. Woo! Alright, so let's see what we get out of this chest. The Shrink Stomp badge. Alright, so the Shrink Stomp badge, if you manage, it's a jump attack. If you execute it correctly, which I actually will be showing off in this video, you'll see when I do. It's pretty funny. It shrinks the enemy down and drops its attack power by, I believe, 2. So it's useful for those enemies that you can jump on, but have a high amount of attack power. It'll mitigate the damage you take. So this took me by surprise. I was coming back here to deliver the tape, and I decided to look for him on the veranda, because like a dope, I didn't see him standing right there in the living room, so I checked on the veranda, and I found that shooting stars. So, that was awesome. Alright, so now we're finally getting to that side quest, the favor, so to speak, to get that tape. Unfortunately, we're not going to find out what's on that tape. Maybe it's the Super Mario Brothers movie. That wasn't very good. I did watch that, like, I think a little over half a decade ago. It was the most bizarre thing I've seen in my entire life. I don't think I could take someone like Bowser seriously anymore. Especially wearing a business suit like that. That was weird. Not to mention the guy that played, oh man, I'm not good with actor names, so I do apologize. The dude that played the detective in Roger Rabbit played Mario. It was so jarring. Alright, so before we deliver the tape to this guy, I'm actually going to mitigate the amount of backtracking a little bit. By purchasing the Speedy Spin and equipping it on Mario, because I need to get things moving. And I'm going to be taking full advantage of this whenever I absolutely have to. Especially considering how I'm doing this LP. So now that we managed to do that, well, after I equip it first. What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's right, I was equipping the Shrink Stomp. Now we're gonna make our way back. Woo. Okay, so this is where I had a stupid moment, and I jumped on this Spike Goomba. Okay, so for clarity, I had some buddies over, because they just wanted to, like, hang out and stuff, because they haven't physically spent time with me in a while, because our schedules are really discombobulated. They never correlate with one another. So they decided to stop by, and I was so unfocused when I was doing that. I mean, I got a level up from that fight, so cool, but that was a really silly thing to do. And I think I got caught in a number of battles along the way back. But thankfully, you don't have to see any of that, because I don't feel like making you guys watch that. It's needless. Suffering Shy Guys! Mario, you're a real gent! Did Koopa complain? Take this as a gesture of my eternal gratitude. Suffering Shy Guys? You're a monster. I'm just... oh man, you're not very friendly to those Shy Guys, are you? Which might explain their tyranny later in the game. I normally don't ask for favors. This is like the 4th or 5th one we're doing for you. Shut up. Alright, so he's asking us to make Koopa tea. Now, I'm pretty sure I picked up a leaf in this village before, but I guess to go over it, like, when you examine the bushes in Koopa Village, you can find these little, leaves. I think they're just called Koopa leaves. If you bring them to Tasty, the chef, she will turn them into Koopa tea, which I believe heals your FP by 7. Which is what this guy is looking for. So I'm sort of contemplating on what I should examine, but I ultimately decide it's got to be in there. So I get the Koopa leaf. Then we go back. And then we bring Tasty the... ah. Then we bring Tasty the... wow, the Koopa tea. The Koopa leaves to turn to Koopa tea. Now, I did mention that you can turn the mushroom into a shroom fry, which heals more 1 HP more, as well as 2 FP. Don't apply that to stuff, to, like, the super shroom, like I had earlier. Because it'll still turn into still turn into a shroom fry. You gotta try different things. I believe that one of the items we'll be getting later in the game can actually become what is called a shroom roast, which heals 15 HP and 7 FP, which is actually really solid. Alright, now that we did that, brought the Koopa tea to him, I think we actually get a legitimate reward out of this favor. Don't quote me on it, I don't remember. I know I do get a really fabulous reward, I just don't remember what favor entails that. I don't know if it was this one or the next one he asks. Because he does ask for one more favor, and it's actually really interesting. Oh, you don't have to be so polite, young fella. Take this. And we get 3 star pieces. Beautiful. That's a lot of star pieces. Which makes me think. I wonder what I can purchase at the bad shop. So I'm probably gonna visit that next part. See what I can use. Especially considering some of the enemies we're gonna encounter later in the game. Alright, so let's start making our way back. I don't know why I didn't cut out that screen, but he needs us to get an autograph from Luigi, of all people. Who'd have thunk it? Alright, so Luigi's gonna be sitting on this rock at home, and you're gonna blow up this rock to get his attention. Hey, what the hell? I was singing on that! That was my luck. You shall pay. Should I try desert? Oh, sure, there's a train that goes there from Toad Town. Not that I care, but I'll take a look. You sure? Come on, throw Luigi aboard. Oh, you need something? Mr. Koopa wants to get my autograph. He wants me to sign something. I'm flattered. I guess maybe I'm a little bit of a celebrity, huh? Hold it. I'll write it right now. To my tail fin. Wait a minute. I think I heard this before. I'm just kidding. Yeah, take this sketch. Luigi, your handwriting is terrible. So is yours. He's right. My handwriting is actually really bad. I've had my mom hammer it into me like several times and I still write like a 5-year-old. My handwriting sucks. My cursive is even worse. I cannot get cursive down to save my life. And being as old as I am now, I probably can't write most of a good chunk of the cursive letters anymore. The only letters I can really manage are the letters that are in my name. I don't know, I just never had a good grasp of writing that stuff. Really weird. Alright, so since you made it, yeah, I was pretty mad. It's like I'm wasting all this time and I got a coin out of that. I mean, I got 3 star pieces from the previous one, but whatever. All right, we're gonna end this part off with a fight in the dojo. Like I said before, this houses a bunch of optional boss fights, so we're actually going to be showing out the first one here. There is a reason why I said you could easily challenge the first opponent when you first get to Toad Town, or when you first gain access to the dojo, which we'll see in a moment. Very well. The Chan will fight you. Now, Chan, it is time for you to fight Mario. As you say, Master. Alright, now we're gonna fight Chan, who is a Buzzy Beetle, essentially. Chan has an HP of 15, an attack of 2, and a defense of 3, actually, I believe. No, is it 2? Yeah, I'm gonna say 2, actually. So, what you want to do is, you flip Chan over with a jump, and you just keep jumping on him. He's not gonna ever be able to do anything. Defensive 2. Thank you, Gabario. I forgot I tattled this guy. No mercy, Mario. There's no honor in this. Which unfortunately means this is very one-sided, because as long as you keep jumping on him, you won't have a problem. Because he always has to take a turn in order to get up. Which does kind of suck, especially considering that Chan is a precursor to an enemy we're going to be fighting later, which is a proper Buzzy Beetle. And there was me showing off the Shrink Stomp because I'm just a jerk. Add insult to injury, I shall. And I think this should end it. Oh no, I still have 1 turn to go. No, I believe you can fight the second opponent now, but it will be a little bit tough for you. He doesn't have much more HP than Chan, but his attack power is a bit worrisome. But we'll be going over him later. Oh, by the way, Chan is a joke because Jackie Chan. And we get the first degree belt, or the first degree certificate, or whatever. Alright, now that we finally managed to do that, all the favors, the sewers, and the dojo, we're going to end this part here. So, next time on Paper Mario, we're going to be continuing our side questing and seeing what else we could do in the Toad Town. There's actually a little optional thing I can show off next part. As for what that is, you'll have to wait and see. So until then, I got a juice.